What's going on, everybody? This is going to be some random thoughts about Ryan Leone, man. I've always been interested in the prison YouTube community and stuff like that. Ryan Leone, I found out who he was. Actually, how did I find out who Ryan Leone was? I think I seen that Al Prophet thing that he did, and then I discovered his channel after that, I think. And I think I was one of the first. I was one of the few first. I wasn't a part of the initial. Well, yeah, when I was watching Ryan Leone in the beginning, I think I was a part of the first group of people who caught on to him. And something that's funny, right? I posted a comment, right? When I first discovered Ryan Leone, I was just trolling him, right? I said, Ryan, he was speaking about, Ryan would actually tell stories about prison, and he would talk about how the Aryan Brotherhood, was doing this and doing that. So I actually sent a message. I commented on a video and I said, "Hey, Brian, I actually know a black guy who actually had the keys to the yard." And you always see these prison YouTubers, man, he had the keys to the yard. I said, well, I knew a black guy who had the keys to the yard for the AB, and Brian commented, "That's impossible. That would never happen. He would be killed." And I said, "No, Ryan, he had the keys to the yard, but he had the keys in his back pocket. He was running the Aryan Brotherhood from behind the scenes. Nobody knew that he was running had the keys. Nobody knew that he was the one providing the dope. Nobody knew that he was the one that was actually sending all the directives, because he had a white guy figurehead out front. But the black guy was running everything, because the black guy had all the dope. The black guy would go to this white guy and tell him, make them think that you're running the AB, but really I'm running the AB. And he would tell him, hey, stab that white guy, stab that. So I was joking, right? And Ryan commented, hey, man, it's impossible. I don't think that could ever happen. And Ryan had some pretty interesting stories, man. My favorite story of his was the time that he missed 3 flights. He said he paid a few $1,000s in airline tickets trying to get to Colorado to his wife, and he missed 3 flights, allegedly. He said that he kept falling asleep off liquid Xanax and all of these drugs that he had smuggled on the plane, tried to smuggle with him to Colorado, and he kept falling asleep and missing the plane. And eventually, when he got his 3rd ticket, he fell asleep again. And I just kind of looked at Ryan like he was a good storyteller or whatever. And while Ryan was alive, I actually made a video called "Content is Not Worth His Life." And in that video, I actually said, why are you Ryan Leone supporters giving him thousands of dollars just for him to shoot in his veins? I mean, first of all, that's a really, really sensitive topic. What do you do if you know that somebody has a history of addiction like Ryan Leone, and you know that his parents are actually trying to cut him off financially because they know that the more money he has, the more destructive his habit is going to be? So when he got on YouTube and started becoming monetized and selling books and selling products, and he branded himself, it was dangerous because Ryan Leone had access to thousands of dollars. And every now and then I would watch him go live, and he would speak about the fact that he didn't have any money. One time he was at a gas station, and he claimed that he only had like $5 left for gas. He didn't even have enough money for cigarettes or whatever, because he was burning through the money that he had on his addiction. So I made a video encouraging people who liked Ryan Leone to be responsible when it comes to giving him money. Don't donate him a large sum of money, because it's just like a group of bandits without any responsibility or any defined objective. If you give a group of bandits, a bunch of money, and these bandits don't have any objectives, they don't have any defined responsibility, they're going to go wild with that money, and they're going to be destructive with that money. And so I made that video, and when I didn't even know that Ryan Leone had passed away. When he passed away, I noticed that video that I made, "Content is Not Worth His Life," started trending and started getting thousands and thousands of views. And I Googled Ryan Leone because I assumed something must have happened to him. And I found out that he was dead. And in that video that I made, "Content is Not Worth His Life," there's footage of Ryan Leone actually getting high on camera, breaking down drugs on camera. And I was very concerned when I seen that, because I'm like, wow, this guy's actually doing drugs right on camera. And he was saying, he was basically going through a manic episode, saying things like, he was threatening his commenters, saying, yeah, man, I know who you are that made that bad comment. I'm going to get you. I got some Nazi lowrider homies who are going to get you. I mean, he was, Ryan kind of like, he was very sensitive to criticism, man. And if somebody trolled him or something, he would get very upset. But I seen that video and I recorded it when I seen it. Thankfully, because I'm the only one who actually has it, because Ryan deleted that video. So check it out. Content is not worth his life. In the video, Ryan is crushing drugs up, sniffing drugs. I don't know what kind of drugs, but he's sniffing drugs, talking out of his head. And then it was like Ryan died. And I wasn't surprised because, like I said, man, I made a video about, hey, you guys are giving this guy thousands of dollars. Fentanyl is we're at a crisis level with fentanyl. Why are you giving him all this money? He's going to die. And he died. But the legacy of Ryan Leone, man, is something, man. He's a kid from the suburbs, and he made a name for himself. You know, he branded being a drug addict, and he inspired a lot of people to do their thing on YouTube, you know. So I miss Ryan, man. I miss his stories. I used to hate it, man, because at the end of the story, he'll say, well, until next time, he'll leave you with a cliffhanger, man. And I remember, man, I used to listen to Ryan Leone all the time, man, his crazy stories and stuff. He was a very good storyteller and stuff like that, man. And yeah, man, it was crazy. But as far as like another YouTuber who I seen come up, I'm going to talk about Hassan Campbell. Now, Hassan Campbell, if you don't know, he made his way onto YouTube because he was a victim of pedophilia. You know, African Bambaataa, he's a hip-hop icon. He's the leader of the Zulu Nation. You know, Hassan Campbell accused him of molesting him when he was a teenager, you know, and it was a big deal because everybody was like, okay, so you were 16, 17, when it was a big discrepancy in the age. Were you 17? You know, and Hassan branded himself as a killer. When he first introduced himself, he was saying, yeah, I'm a street dude. I've been to prison for a bunch of homicides and all of this stuff. So he had this very aggressive character. So people were saying, okay, so if you were known as a killer, why were you allowing this man to have sex with you, you know? And basically Hassan organized, well, the media, the local YouTube media, black conscious community media, they organized a press conference where they wanted to put African Bambaataa on trial and anybody who was supporting him. You know, it was a big deal and everybody was really supporting Hassan Campbell. And then eventually he got to a point where he started his YouTube channel and he was going at the conscious community people, Sonetta disrespecting his wife who had cancer. And, you know, he became a big star, and I never expected that because Hassan Campbell was very controversial. Hassan Campbell used to literally get upset. If he had beef with another YouTuber and that YouTuber's wife had cancer, Hassan Campbell would say things like, I hope your wife dies, that stupid bitch. You know, her vagina is dry and cancer-filled. I mean, he was such a nasty guy, so I'm really surprised that he was actually able to generate a career off YouTube. But, you know, people love conspiracies. People love... See, the thing about conspiracies that people, that's so, like it's a business model, because I'm pretty sure that Hassan Campbell utilizes conspiracies as a business model because people don't trust anything anymore. People don't trust the government. People don't trust themselves. People don't trust you. People don't trust me. People don't trust life. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, with the conspiracy, every day you can come up with a new one. You know, say for example, a rapper dies or something. You can, instead of just saying, hey, this rapper died, he got shot, you can come up with a conspiracy. Okay, this guy was actually sacrificed. He didn't get killed normally. You know, he was actually sacrificed. And there's an audience for that because at the end of the day, I think a lot of people just really started utilizing the internet in the last few years. You've got a lot of people who are older who just discovered the internet within the last 5 to 10 years, and they've never had access to this information before, so they don't know how to disseminate between what's true and what's not true. In their mind, if it's on the internet, it must be true. If this guy is saying it, it must be true because I feel like it's true. So that's basically the feel market. If you can get people to feel instead of think, you can definitely enslave them and keep them coming back. But yeah, man, Hassan Campbell, I can't lie, he's charismatic. He's got a presence about him that's definitely cool, and he's light-skinned, man. He's a light-skinned dude like me, so I'm happy for him. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to bash him or anything. I'm just saying that I was surprised that he was able to kind of have this broad mainstream general audience when he came into the YouTube game, being such a disrespectful guy, you know. And but that's the benefit of that's the goldfish mentality. You know, one thing about it, whatever Hassan Campbell did 4 to 5 years ago, nobody remembers it because his fans weren't around then. They don't know who he is. The only thing they know about Hassan Campbell is he's a famous YouTuber with a lot of views. That's all they know about him. They never actually seen the process that he went through to become popular. So they weren't around to witness the reality. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's crazy. And, yeah, man, YouTube... YouTube, man, it's everybody has the right to express their thoughts. Everybody has the right to express their opinions. When I first started my channel, I kind of was bashing people, other YouTubers and things like that. But now I kind of look at it like I don't want my channel to be offensive. I don't want to disrespect anybody because at the end of the day, I don't get upset with people because they have their own beliefs. And when I say I used to bash people, I mean I used to bash people because they were snitches. And I wouldn't bash them from the sense that, okay, you're a snitch, you broke the criminal code. I would bash them from the sense that, hey, you know, why don't you just tell the kids, hey, I snitched. It's, you know, there are a lot of snitches out there. Get out the game. You thought I was a real guy. You thought I was a real G. I snitched. So that goes to show you that there's no, the whole concept of a real gangster, that's just a facade. At the end of the day, real people tell on people because real people don't want to do time. So I always used to get mad at people from that perspective. Why don't you just tell the kids that you told? Why are you trying to hide it? Why are you trying to, you know, defend yourself? Just keep, because if I were in your situation, I would do that. I would say, hey, look, I snitched. I never thought I would. I did it because I didn't want to do life. Now, that's the game. So don't get in the game because you don't want to be in a situation where you have to make a decision like that. And yeah, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. At the end of the day, man, one thing about life is it goes on, it goes on, it goes on. And the older you get, the more you see that it's basically the same movie. Just, you know, sometimes the movie fast forward, sometimes the movie is rewinded and you see the same movie but different characters. And people pass away, people grow, people evolve, time goes on, and life goes on, you know? So at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, you know? It's just being a part of this human consciousness, this conscious experience is just a blessing in itself. I'm just glad to be a participant in reality, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, peace.